Timmerman. This is my co-host, Barb Fletcher, and we're here today with Francois Lupien. How are you, Francois?
I'm doing fantastic. And how about yourselves? You two ladies look lovely today.
Thank you. So if you happen to catch Francois' podcast that we posted on Wednesday of last week, you know that he works with mindset. And here's the big looming question we're going to talk about today. So before we hopped on, Barb and I were catching up. Let's see, Barb's husband went over an embankment on his quad this week. She had to put her dog down and her mom's in the hospital. So we all deal with stuff. How do you deal with stuff and career goals and mindset, Francois? That's the $1 million question today. What do you got for us?
This is very interesting. Thank you for asking. And one of the things that happens in life, let's put two to start it. There's business and there's personal life. I'm going to go with business first, if that's okay. Mindset is we try not to let the outside circumstances control us. The way we do this is by having clarity. If you know exactly what you want, exactly what the steps that needs to happen and what you need to make it happen, when things starts to come your way, you can look at it and says, do I need this in my life? If the answer is yes, it's going to help me, you take it. If something else comes and you say, do I need this to help me at this time? The answer is no, you can put it aside. This is how you get way more efficient in your business, by being streamlined to what it is that you want, and not being what we call victim of circumstances, but rather creating your reality because you're really clear on what it is that you want. That was the easy part. Now let's go into deep water. Family, husband, wife, children. I have 6 kids and all of them are great. And some is like something. I used to have hair. And so what happens is that now the outside circumstances that are coming at us are tainted with bonds of family, love, relationship. You love your mom, your husband, your dog that you had, your pet. It's like, whoa, there's an emotional bond in this. And emotion is the accelerator of integration. I'll repeat this. Emotion is the accelerator of integration. Therefore, when there's close ones that are there, for example, your mom right now in the hospital, oh boy, this is hard. So now the emotion raises very high. Now you have a choice. Do I say, oh no, what's happening in her life? And she might, something can happen, or cancel. I now have the opportunity to go see my mom. I know that at 82, she has more in back of her than she has in front of her. So therefore, I will be the best I can be. And that's hard on yourself, but it's okay. If you think of the goal that you want to, for example, make your mother happy, it's going to help you to gain energy to come in there with a smile. When you do so, it will lighten her up, and her emotion rising will rise yours. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I said, when you go there, tell her that Francois gives her a hug. And she laughs. She says, what are you talking about? Making her laugh, a pattern interrupt, something that is different. I am playing with emotion, but my heart is pure in that intent. And so therefore, when the mother will hear that, she might even crack a smile. Who is this guy that is that? Yeah. Why someone from Ontario? And so doing things like this enable us to have the end goal in mind. Is it about us or is it about others? And if we want to make others' lives better, we'll forget about us. And when we forget about us a little bit, and actually, who am I saying this? I got 2 lovely women here. And women know way more than men to forget about themselves, to give love. And once you do, you change lives. I can tell you, you change lives. Mothers are amazing. Fathers, we just think we're good at it. But women, you rock. So basically, the feeling that you want is, what is it that I want from this interaction? I want to go see my mom, give her the best time that I can. How can I do this? By bringing myself up to saying, hey, the good times that we have, the emotions that I had with her, all of a sudden those memories trigger some happier feelings. And then you show up with these feelings. She's going to feel it. and it's going to elevate everybody's well-being. Does that make sense? I'm not a psychiatrist, but I know it works, or a psychologist. Does that make sense, Deb?
It does. Go ahead, Barb.
Yeah,
Yeah, so just a funny story. Yesterday, she shared with me she'd had an MRI, and a couple of days before that, she was pretty sleepy. She wasn't as alert as she might be. So she had an MRI, and she has come to the conclusion that it's pretty much a torture chamber. They put you in a barrel and they bong on the outside of it. I've never had one. And she said sometimes they count to 12, sometimes they count to 13. She said it's not predictable and the tone's not always the same. So when I left there yesterday, Francois, I said to her, I said, so the next time I come in and you're a bit sleepy, I said, I'm bringing a pail with me and I'm just going to put it down and just bong it a few times and we'll get you right back where you were. So she had a sense of humor yesterday. And so for me, when I spend time with my mom, I view each and every time as if it's the last time. It's the best time. And then you detach from all those other outcomes. So yesterday, funny story, she was on her game. Not every day looks like that. And when it doesn't, it's still okay because there's all those other memories that we may be bringing along with us.
Very nice. Thanks for sharing. I love it. That is so nice.
So, Francois, you coach people who are upping their game with income. How do you help them to balance their goals of income and all of this outside stuff that becomes unpredictable that happens in life, like Barb's week, perfect example. Obviously, Barb cares deeply about her mom, and she knows that, she at some day she's not going to have her mom. So she's choosing to be present in that relationship. What happens to the business and how do you adjust those goals to be with family when you need to be?
Excellent. There's a few answers. One of them that I like best is I'm a trainer also for Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the things that he talks about is that in life, sometimes we have planned imbalance. Keywords, planned imbalance. So to respond to your question, Deb, and actually to help you, Barb, is that at some point there needs to be an imbalance. And it's planned, and that is okay. So less time for the business, more time for your mom. That's okay. It's called planned imbalance. Now, to say, yeah, but if I do constantly planned imbalance, my business will suffer. Great question. And so therefore, I answer, this guy is controversial with the following. There is no such thing as time management. No such thing. There's no such thing as time management. There is activity management. Not time. All of us that are listening to this, we all have 24 hours. All of us, rich, poor, young, older, doesn't matter. We all have 24 hours. That's it. So you can't manage time. You can manage your activities. And so therefore, if you block activity slots into your agenda, you will be able to put your big rocks. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. And in between these things, then comes mother, then comes family, then comes urgency, then comes the important urgent thing that we didn't foresee. That's how you can actually plan your activities. And so you don't have a 2-hour block after 2-hour block after 2-hour block. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot. It's not going to be enough. So you have a 2-hour block, maybe an hour break, and then 2-hour block and an hour break. And so that way, when you put what Covey calls the big rocks, the things that are very important, the immovables, you put the big rocks in, then the sand, and then the water will be able to fill in the rest, which is not, as I said, time management, but activity management. You manage your activities, and therefore your results are more steady. And actually, maybe to answer questions that you didn't, a lot of people have income that goes like this, especially people that are self-employed. And the reason this happens is they try to manage time. Oh, let's go, marketing. Oh, tons of people coming in. So I take care of all of them. And then I train all of them. But then you didn't do the marketing and you didn't do the training. And so your income goes way down. That's why activity management is the key. You need to do every day, or Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Friday. You need to do specific activities that you do consistently without fail, regardless of how your life goes. And then you have other blocks of activities, let's say to train, and other blocks of activities to maintain type thing. So you have those 3 blocks that are spread throughout the week, and there's holes in between them. And these holes are for when someone calls, unexpected call, or need to go to the hospital for mother, or there's more clients than expected. That's okay, because since you have blocked your activity, you will always bring a steady flow of water to the mill, and the mill will constantly pump up so that your income will go this way all the time. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I think that's an important message, because many of the women that are in this group are entrepreneurs and they struggle with that up and down activity. And I find that even for myself, if I block block things out, it just doesn't happen. And Barb, I know that you use your time really wisely, because it's funny. Barb and I communicate. Sometimes it's several times a day, and then there'll be 3 or 4 days where we don't talk, and then but it's usually because of the way we have tech today, it makes it so much easier. Like where were you, Barb, at the ER the other day? Yeah. And you were responding because she was waiting. So it's not like you have to do one or the other. Sometimes you can use that time to be effective and get both things done. You were still present for your mom, but you kept your business going.
Maybe something to help. I have a client who is a PhD. She's doing her PhD right now. She just had a child, which is 3 months old. Okay, PhD, 3 months old. She studies that PhD, and then she starts a business. She wants to stay in shape running. She's sick. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. Sometimes I plan to do this. The kid wakes up. What can I do? And so this is like not planned and balanced. So maybe this can help some of you. So what I told her to do is every day on, let's say at 4 a.m., you put the blocks of the things you need to do that day. And then as the day comes, you take the block, you click and drag in the spots that become available. So if you put it at 2 and the kid wakes up, well, take it from 2 and put it at 3. So that way you don't freak out as far as, oh, my time management. It's activity management. Move these guys around and you can have peace back in your life. Of course, it's an adaptation of what I told you. And it's someone that I coach. And I told her, do this. She's been doing it for a week. She goes, oh, it's wonderful. I got control of my life again because my activities are getting done. But it's not because I said that I'll do it at 1 that it needs to be done at 1. I click and drag and I put it at 2 or at 3. And by doing that, everything gets accomplished and the baby gets taken care of. The PhD is done. And I run my business with the clients that need some attention. I hope that this helps.
Yes. Awesome. Barb, any final words as we put a wrap on this little mini chat?
No, I think that's it. My husband's mowing the lawn and 40 degrees out there. And so I was on mute because
when Barb says 40 degrees, I'm thinking, oh, it's cold, but she's talking 40 Celsius and it's where she is today. Anyway, I think that's a good example of how interpretation of mindset and just adjusting those goals and the way you perceive and look at things in the day is really helpful to getting what you want to get accomplished. If you haven't listened to Francois' podcast yet, I'll drop the link in below the video. And we thank you very much, Francois, for sharing your time with us and your expertise. And everyone else, have a great day.
My pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Say hi to your mom.
Yeah.
For more tips on living life with less stress and more heart, please follow us on social media or check out our website at lessstressandlife.com.